The only piece of what you just said about the Fed that I will disagree with is the emergency room medicine piece. Because if it wasn't political at the end of 2024, why were there 3 rate cuts? What was the emergency at that point?
Yeah, that has every...
That stinks to high hell.
Quacks like a duck. It walks like a duck. It's a duck. It felt political. But you know, the one thing that I'll say this: Jay Powell,
because
is a
they did 25 basis point reduction. Everyone was predicting 50, like just recently, right? What the hell? Do the 50. Seriously.
I can't disagree with you. On the surface, it looks like that. I thought Jay Powell was a Republican. Maybe he's changed his view. It does feel very, very political. Those cuts a year ago in September of 24. Yes, it felt very political. I agree with you.
So let me go back to 2022 when they didn't raise rates because they wanted the other side to win the midterms. I can almost feel certainly in all my bones understanding that back then we needed to raise rates because we saw what was going on, but they waited till after the midterms and then they did it.
2 strikes, big time.
And they shocked the system completely because they raised rates 9 times in the shortest span in history. And you're going, well, rates didn't get that high. But when you go from 3 to 7 in a span of like 18 months, they should have done it a lot sooner because they're
convenient.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
Eerily
15
convenient.
months to be exact, from March 22 till July 23. And bulk of it was done in 1 year, right?
In
Less
1
than a
year.
year.
Yes.
And they should have started early. Agreed, 100%. Agreed. From a data perspective, that should have been done, but they did it with an adjustment for political views, probably, right? So it's very difficult to disagree with that view. It's very like,
it doesn't have to be a view. It just has to be here are the facts. Why?
Yeah, facts
just
speak,
ask the question. Why? That's all.
Well, that really hurt the system. You're seeing the tail effects of that right now because people were underwriting deals at 3.5 bridge debt, and we knew rates were going to go up. But you pen a deal in November of 22, you're at 3.5, and then 18 months later you're at 7 or 8. You got to refi this thing out, and then you have rate caps, and it's like, holy crap, what? You can't underwrite for that. Even if you've been in the business for 20 years, people do use bridge debt all the time, and they understand there's risk in it, but you can't underwrite for something like that. That just took the wind out of a lot.
I agree
of
100%. And I'll let you one point. This is one element. We started with socialism, and I'm going to tell you with socialism. Central bank is a central control policy, and they control an incredibly important lever, the level of interest rates. And there's only one lever.
They have a lot
can't
of
have
power.
Rates
they
in New York this way and Florida this way. It doesn't work this way. So it is an element of central planning. And as we know, central planning in the socialism, in any kind of a system where you use central planning, if you're right, you magnify this. If you're wrong, you can hurt people tremendously by making the wrong decisions. And that's an element of a centralized planning. And I don't like it. I wish the interest rates were set not by central bank, but by the market forces.
Yeah, because people got hurt probably for nefarious reasons. And I'll just leave it at that.
They destroyed a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
They hurt a lot of people.
Yes.
Through the central planning. That's the bottom line.